Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to another edition of Juicing with Jay. Guys, I'm pleased to say that I made it through another year. Grateful for 2023. Uh, yeah, there was just so much going on this year. Uh, it's hard to put my finger on the fact that I made it through, my trials and tribulations of dealing with 2022, leading into 2023, and finally being here with you guys again. So a lot of things have been happening over the last year. A lot of positive things. As you can see, I'm like 98% back into my full spirits. 2022, whew, man, that was a year. That was a year. 2022 was a year, and 2023, I said there's no place to go but up from there, and it hasn't been a lie. Everything has been. I can't complain. I just say that I'm blessed for another year of life. I'm blessed to actually be able to see another year of life. So I'm grateful for a lot of things. Really, there's nothing to complain about. I learned in 2023 that I 100% had to set boundaries for myself as far as dealing with people in my life. So I let those boundaries be what they are. And as far as my gardening this year really did take a hit from the season kind of starting off kind of funky with dragon fruits to having to try to prepare myself. Well, there was no way that I could prepare myself for certain aspects of what happened in this year. The only thing that I could do was just adapt to it and try to make the best of that situation and move forward. So this year consisted of a lot of trips back and forth out of town to get a rental property that we had back on the market. So even that within itself was an experience, but I really had a lot of fun doing it. It was family trips all the time, so it was just going back and forth, doing some work, having some fun, doing some work, having some fun. So that aspect of 2023 was not a bad experience for me, especially being down most of 2022. So I look at things a little bit differently now. Probably in 2022 I would have been like, oh, I gotta go back and do this, but this time around it was like, yeah, let's go. I was more enthusiastic to do things and get out there and try to handle the business, even though I was left with I was left with the worst end of the stick. But everything, I believe, happens for a reason, and it allowed me to really think about my business model, and how I do things. So yeah, going back and forth to out of town to deal with business was also a great experience, a learning experience. I had the chance to connect with some people while I was out there to help me with that project, so that was a good thing. But with me going back and forth and going back to work, it kind of killed off a lot of my gardening videos. That's why you started to see me post like some videos from work, some funny stuff to try to keep the momentum going on my page. And speaking of momentum, I made my 2,000 subscribers this year. So thank you guys. But my gardening kind of fell off, and which leads me to the point of automation. while I was gone, I planted some stuff. The animals came and dug it up. And then I wasn't here to water it or take care of it and nurture it the way that I was in 2022. So one of the big things that happened for 2023 was my first sponsorship, which was with Rain Point. Thank you, Rain Point, for that opportunity. And with that, it got me to thinking about really automating things for while I was gone, while going back and forth out of town, where I could automatically just water my plants and do the type of things that I needed to do, or just automation overall, because now that I'm getting a little bit busier, I want my plants to be watered the right way and on time. So now I'm doing more automation. I just purchased the drip irrigation set, which I'm going to set up. Of course, I'm going to make a video of that. So my gardening kind of suffered in that sense, but in other sense, now I know that I have to kind of automate things and have things, rolling when I'm not able to actually get into the garden. So Rain Point was my first sponsor, and then I got another sponsor, Pest X. So thank you, Pest X, for that collaboration. And that was, that kind of really helps me with dealing with the cats coming back and forth in the backyard. So a lot of positive. I really can't think about anything negative that happened this year, besides I'm not growing as much food as I wanted. Like right now, I would have a lot of greens and things of that nature. I have nothing. The only thing I have is like tomatoes, and that's pretty much it. I planted a lot of greens. I planted a lot of what cabbages from GS Farm, Miss Queenie. I planted those seeds. But the spring was pretty good. I had my okras, I had a lot of peppers and things of that nature. So as far as my fall and winter garden, it's not looking that great. But I'm still out there. I'm cleaning up the garden, getting it ready for whatever's next to come. And so it's been a great ride. I had the opportunity to do a sponsor video for Blessed with Kinks. Those are my family, my good people. If you haven't had a chance, go and check out Blessed with Kinks. And for everybody I mailed something to last year, you got a sample of their oils. I hope you enjoyed that sample, and go on over to their website, check them out. Thank you for everybody who reposted and showed that they received those oils. I have a couple of things that I still need to send out to a few people, and that will be coming up later, like sometime in the beginning of the year. I have those things already lined up, ready to go for those people. And that's pretty much it. I had a beautiful 2023. I want to thank each and every subscriber that subscribed. I want to thank all my new members, growing what I eat, Nana's Garden, who else? And just everybody, all my members and all my subscribers. I want to thank you guys very much from the bottom of my heart. You know that the membership goes back into the channel, whether it's I'm sending out this or sending out that, or giveaways and all that. So it goes right back into the channel. I'm not becoming a rich billionaire off the membership. That's why I set it low. I'm not becoming a rich YouTuber off the membership. That's why I set it low, because I know I want to put it back into the community. I am going to do probably a new tier for membership. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, because with that tier will come the boxes of lemons. It's becoming a little bit more difficult for me to do things, because my time is so limited now. And so I decided that I probably, and the fact that I didn't equate to YouTube taking so much of the membership money. In my mind, as a new YouTuber, I was thinking that I would get majority of that money to pour back into the page, but I totally forgot that YouTube takes a large chunk of whatever you guys donate. So I didn't put that into my original plan when I made my subscription so low, right? So I'm gonna have a higher tier membership, and that's for the people who want lemons. So if you guys are interested in that, check out the higher tier, and those will be the only people that I will send lemons to this year, not excluding the people that had already put in their order for the new year and my new members. So my new members will still get their 1 box of lemons, but the higher tier people can get the lemons. I want to put it at 2 or 3 box a year because I have so many lemons on that tree for the year. It's nonstop. So I'm gonna make that a higher tier. I might put it at 3 boxes for the year. So whenever you ask for a box of lemons, I'll set it out for you. Remember, that tier will be a little bit higher, just due to the fact that I'm not really charging for the lemon. I'm charging for the shipping fee. The shipping fee for each box, I don't know if the post office went up already for their shipping, but it's been consistently at $17 for the shipping. So I'll have a tier so that shipping cost could be covered, and then you guys can get your free lemons. So it's not that I'm making like buku dollars off of lemons. No, I'm not, even though lemons and everything else is so expensive right now. So that will be basically for your shipping of your lemons and getting that out to you, and the time that it takes for me to pick the lemons. It does take time for me to pick the lemons, guys, so you have to, keep that in mind also. So anyway, I did have one thing this year that was a heartbreaker, which was the loss of my wax apple tree. Well, it's not really my wax apple tree, but the wax apple tree was cut down this year a couple of days ago, about a week now, and that was truly a heartbreaker. It was truly a heartbreaker. I mean, I ate off that tree for years. Very delicious fruit. I don't see that growing anywhere out here. That was a one and only that I've ever seen. That was my first time being introduced to the wax apple, and even though the fruit was not the best fruit, the juice was absolutely delicious and amazing. It's just sad, not everybody are tree fruit enthusiasts and tree lovers like we are. It's sad to see something like that when it does happen, that they just decided, hey, I don't want this tree anymore, cut it and let it go. Like, yeah, that's, that was heartbreaking. I'm hoping to have a better dragon fruit season this year, 2024. Another trellis just fell over. I'm trying to secure some help to try to get that going. What else? I'm sure there's some things that I'm missing, but overall, I have to say that it's been a great year. I'm just trying to stay positive through it all, right? Through everything that's happened to me through 2022 and trying to get back on my feet 2023. I'm just trying to stay positive through it all. I want to thank you guys for being there. Even the people behind the scenes, I'm not going to say any names, people who have reached out through the emails. I want to thank you guys. I know the people in the bushes who are listening or still supporting the videos through the views. I want to give you a huge shout out. My year, like I said, has been a roller coasters of ups and downs, but I appreciate every single step of the way. I appreciate every bit of the roller coaster ride because I'm grateful to be here, and that's about it. So the motto on the page Each one teach one. I hope that you guys have a safe and prosperous new year 2024. Juicing with Jay, and I'm signing out for 2023. Peace and blessings.